Hey friends, hope you guys are doing well. It's been a while. It's been a while since I talked to you. Lots changed in the last 30 days or so. There's just this incredible negative pall in the air. I'm really truly blown away by how much our country is falling apart right now. I'm saddened by it. I joined the Navy back in 1987 and really felt proud about the time I was in. Um, it was hard. It wasn't necessarily something I would want to do again. I certainly didn't enjoy certain aspects of my time in the service, but I absolutely felt proud and honored, and I made so many incredible friends, almost all of whom I have not seen in the last 30 years. With the exception of Kevin Lynch, who I was fortunate enough to run into a few years ago here in Bellevue. It's just been a kind of a bummer looking back at it. I wonder what my 20-year-old self would have thought about representing this nation, calling it out on its inconsistencies today. Would I have the courage to do that? I'm not depressed, but I am so blown away that people on all sides tend to only want to serve their side. That there's no camaraderie, that there's no moderacy, that there's no negotiation, that there's no coming to the middle. It seems to me that there's an awful lot of what people believe is settling, and because their pride, their ego is in the way, they can't possibly settle. And because people have been gaslit so much, they think everything is a lie. This whole notion of fake news is fake. It's not a real thing. I know there are people that have lied. I know there are people that have made some mistakes. There are people who have been so upset with the way things are that they'll kind of take a shortcut to get back at something that they feel has been done against them, that somebody has wronged them. And I understand that. That's human nature too. But the idea that we're all doing that, or that one party does that, or one party only does that, is absurd, and you know it. There's something I talk about a lot online, um, and I'm slowing that down because it just, makes me sick. It makes my stomach hurt. The idea of the way the world has turned. Um, but but there's this great concept that's been around, I don't know, a long time. And you see me post about it. It's called Occam's razor. It's the idea. It's just the concept that what seems to be true probably is. It's kind of like how police work works a lot of times. Typically, the person that you probably believe is guilty is guilty. Now, obviously, there's failings there. Sometimes that doesn't occur, but for the most part, that tends to be correct. And that same rule applies to politics. It applies to everything. Chances are, if you're behaving a certain way and then you're saying something different, people should be able to read right through you. But for whatever reason, on the political stage, whether you're pro our current government or against our current government, the fact is nobody's willing to look at what people are actually doing. They're listening to silly things like what they're saying. They're not looking at the actions. They're listening to the words, which is foolish because the actions are always where the truth is. The words can be manipulated. You can be lied to, but a person's actions are just that. Their behaviors are their behaviors. So I encourage you to actually pay attention to what you really see is going on in front of you. Not what you're being told, not what you're hearing, but what you're seeing. Because that is the truth.